everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of Against All Odds. And as I say at the beginning of every podcast, it's purely a selfish reason why I record these episodes because it's people that inspire me. And today, I've just said it's absolute honour because we've got Ian Norton back on the show. How are you, my lovely?
I am fabulous, thank you. Against all odds, I'm actually fabulous, yeah.
Yeah, we've just been talking before we press recordings, had a few minor blips in the whole of September, and then it started again in October. So
Yeah.
against all odds, you're here.
Yeah, the universe is out to make me commit to everything and prove that actually, yeah, you really want what you say you want.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. You have to be careful what you wish for, mate.
Oh, too true. I know. I keep learning that.
Yes. Well, last time, like I say, you are. This is the second time on the show, so welcome back.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, you've been so busy since we last spoke, and
Yeah.
your episode last time, because we spoke about confidence and the whole journey that you went through, just had amazing ratings. So I needed to get you back on because I know you're
Oh,
doing much
bless.
more now.
Well,
Much
equally,
more.
equally, be careful what you wish for. I'm back, but worse, I tell you.
But so what have you been up to since the last time we spoke?
Oh God, all sorts. Um, the big thing that I did was I again, when I think it's because a lot of my life was spent as an actor where you just go yes and then figure it out later.
Yeah.
Um, I was working with somebody who is involved with the accreditation process for the IAPCNM, and over this conversation, they sort of said, "Oh, you should speak to so and so because it really would be a good idea for you to be involved with them because you could do a lot of good work with the coaching industry within it, but also." As an unregulated industry, it's great to be regulated. So I had a look at the website, and it was like, you can go in as a practitioner or an advanced or a whatever. Anyway, so I thought, oh yeah, okay, couple of £100, 20-minute chat, just do it. That'll be fine. Sp Spoke to the woman who kind of organizes the accreditation and everything. And she was like, well, with the credentials you've got, with the work you've already done, with the experience you have, with the amount of time you've been doing what you've been doing and all the different things that you do, you really should be going in at a fellowship level.
Right.
So I was kind of like, oh, that's very flattering. That's very nice. It's okay, fine. Left it at that until the email came through with what was actually involved in doing it. And it was like you needed 20 testimonials, you needed case studies, you had 2 observed coaching sessions, I had a 2-hour interview about why I do what I do, what I bring to the industry, um, what I do to advance my skill set. Or oh my God, it was I have not worked that hard for anything I think in my entire life. But on the back of it, I am now a fellow of the International Authority for Professional Coaching and Mentoring,
Wow.
which is awesome. So I'm very excited by that. What else have I done? I am a shamanic practitioner. I did a beginners, an intermediate, and an advanced shamanic priest program. So
Right.
because again, it was one of those things that I was talking to somebody and they were talking about it, and I thought, oh, that seems interesting. So,
What is it? What is it? Tell me what that is.
well, shamanic practice is all to do with shamans and shamanism. So it's all kind of
Right.
like Native American uh
Yes.
medicine men and that kind of thing. But it's very much about connecting with your ancestors and connecting with the spirits of the universe, in that there's a kind of a belief system that everything has a spirit. So, the earth has the spirit, so does water, air, but so do homes get possessed by a spirit. Um,
Wow.
and you can journey in you can within shamanic practice, you can journey so that you can travel either to the upper world, the middle world, or the lower world, and you can connect with your ancestors, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. And I've used it, particularly the journeying, because I think it connects deeply with women,
Yeah,
particularly where because I talk about connecting with your ancestors, and that if it's a confidence issue, it's about saying, look, you have a responsibility to speak for the women that couldn't. You have a responsibility to speak for your ancestors that could only speak when the wind blew. You have
yeah,
a
yeah,
commitment to support what they couldn't do. And when you are doing whatever you're doing, they have your back. If you are standing on a stage terrified, they are with you. And it's
yeah.
back through the generations, through the ancestry, through to to the Vikings, to the Scandinavians, to Africa, to Ethiopia, to the beginning of time. And it's just mind-blowing. But it really
Fascinating.
connects. And
Yeah,
you just kind of go, okay, I can do anything now. It's brilliant.
yeah.
I love it.
Blimey, you definitely like you've took loads of different turns in the road as well. I bet you look back now and think, wow, what a year.
Oh, I know. I know it's absolutely nuts. It's one of those things though that I just get interested in something, and it all seems to connect, and it all makes sense, and it just means that I can help in different ways with different people. It's like I because of the shamanic thing, I was invited to do a summer solstice workshop,
Wow.
and it was a group of business women and entrepreneurs, and they're all kind of working on their own, and they're all kind of create businesses and trying to sort their direction and decide what they want to do and how to push forward and everything. And they'd asked me to do the whole thing focusing on the fact that it was midsummer and the energy of the planet, and could we maybe do some confidence work. And I was out for a walk with Bertie, as I often am, and I was just listening to a random selection of music on my iPlayer, and I had this idea that because people struggle with their confidence so much, they struggle
Yeah.
with who they are, they struggle with what they should hide and what's wrong with them and all of this. And I had this idea of combining shamanic practice with burlesque. Because
Right.
as an ex-drag queen, I thought, okay, let's get fierce with it. So I put together this whole thing which involved kind of meditation, but also finding your voice, connecting with the voice of your ancestors, making noise, discovering your own inner warrior, and then getting into burlesque and create and finding a word that would speak for the rest of your year. Taught them a burlesque routine, got them catwalking on their in groups, and then were catwalking on their own. And it was it was like on the day I kind of got there and I looked at this group of women and I was just like, have I gone too far? Have I really lost the plot this time? Should I rethink this really, really quickly? And I thought, no, actually, no, just go with it. Trust your instincts. Go with it. And I honestly, I tell you, it was the best day I have had in a long time. They all bought into it. There were tears, there was laughter, there was fierceness. They all had that. I gave them each a fan, and they had to write the word that came up from finding their inner warrior. That was their power word, and they wrote the word on the fan. So they were doing the burlesque routine and really getting into it and strutting their stuff. And the change in them was
Yeah.
just phenomenal. So it was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Equally, I can sit down and do a business strategy session with somebody and work out a business plan. But if that's not what they need at the moment, if they need the confidence to sit down and commit to that business plan, yeah, hell, let's do some burlesque, or let's get
I love
in it.
that. That's thinking outside the box, that is, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, no, there was that moment of, what am I thinking?
It's good though, because I think, like you say, it's I think it takes something different to be different though, because it's all right sitting there just listening to somebody talk about to
Yeah.
improve your life, but actually you need to get out your comfort zone a little bit. And that was definitely
Yeah. Yeah, no, but it was, but you watch these women transform from kind of
Yeah,
slightly uncomfortable and a bit nervy to these women owning their sensuality and owning their bodies and owning their energy and making noise and being unapologetic. And it was just,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is just epic.
That's
That's
it.
what you want. That's how
Yeah,
people should
absolutely.
be.
I love it as well. You said like female business owners because people will automatically link a business owner with having confidence because you have
Yeah.
to have a certain amount of confidence, don't you, to start a business in the first place because it's not easy.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
actually, you normally find that the people that where you think, yeah, they must have loads of confidence, kind of struggle a bit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they do, and it's oh God, it's always the similar things that they struggle with. It's like the actual practicalities of, okay, I'm going to set up a business and I'm going to have a website or I'm going to have a Facebook page or whatever, and all of that, they're fine with. But it's always the same things that get to them, and it's imposter syndrome, it's visibility and showing up online and oh, what if everybody hates me or somebody's mean to me or all of that, and the perfectionism, the comparison, the getting clients, keeping clients, losing clients.
yeah,
It's all that stuff. And the worst thing is the noise. I mean, my big obsession over the last year has been simplicity. It's
yes,
been like, cut the crap, get rid of all that. Let's just focus, get simple. What
yeah,
is the simple point here? Because people get so bogged down by all the, oh no, you have to do it this way, and if you want to make 10K a month you must do this and you can only do it this way, and add that into all their confusion already, and it's no wonder they all kind of go, oh, forget it, I can't do it.
yeah, absolutely. It's just being bombarded all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like everybody wants to give you business advice,
Oh yeah.
even the people that haven't got a business.
No, and everyone's an expert.
Yes,
It's like, but that's fine for you, but not necessarily for everyone. And like I say,
yeah,
my whole thing of simplicity is, what do you want? What's
yeah,
right for you?
yeah. And I
Mhm.
suppose when you're bombarded that heavily, you actually lose sight of actually what you do want.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's quite a difficult one.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a real sticking point for an awful lot of people because they just end up going, I'm doing this. And and when I kind of say to them, yeah, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah,
And they have to think about it. And it's like, well, then this isn't right.
yeah,
What can we do? And it's almost like with a lot of people, I just go, okay, right, with taking whatever particular issue is, we're taking that off the table. Like if it's their business, I go, okay, right, we're not talking about business. We're taking business out of the equation, off the table. What would you enjoy doing most of the time? If you had to do something 5 days a week, what would that be? What do you enjoy? And they'll start going, well, I quite like doing this, and well, I enjoy doing that. And I used to do that, but I don't do it anymore. Okay, let's go there. What could you do with that that could make you some money? And
yeah,
then and it's getting rid of that whole, oh, I have to set up a business, and going, no, you don't. What we need to do is find something that you're going to enjoy doing. Then we look at, how could we make that into a business?
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
less scary that way and less confusing.
yeah. So do you
Oh, I've lost you. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I lost you then. You went muted. Oh no, I can't hear you.
can't hear you.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Oh,
You're back.
right, yes.
You're back.
Yeah. Did you hear my question?
No, I missed it,
Right. So
darling.
do you work with people that are already in business or people that are thinking of starting a business?
It's a mix, to be honest.
Yeah.
Some of them are, they tend to be kind of early to midway. They're not kind of really, really established, because it's kind of the creative part. Um, or it's people that have got an idea but just don't know what to do with it. Or, they're in a job that they hate and they know they want to do something different with their life or whatever, but they don't know where to go or what to do. So
Right.
it's kind of about, in that kind of situation, if somebody's working at a full-time job and they want to set up a separate business, there's no point going, oh, I want to start a business, or I'm kind of okay at that. Because if you're working full-time, if you're setting up a business, you have to pick something that excites you so much that you want to do it when you get home knackered after an 8-hour shift or a,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
5-day week. It's got
Yeah.
to be something that you go, oh, great, now I get to do this. Not, oh, I've got to do that as
Mm,
well, because it's just never going to happen. So
yeah.
I get very excited with that because it's like, okay, come on, let's play. What can we have some fun with?
That's it. So you really have to sit down with somebody and work out what makes them tick. That's not easy, is it? Really?
No, it's not, because most people bring, we all obviously, like, you go through life, you get baggage, you have stuff, and there's all that thing of, oh, but I've studied that, or I've trained in that, or I've done a course on that, or I've worked in that. And you kind of feel like, oh, so I have to do something with that because I've invested all this time and money in it.
Yes.
And when you actually get them to let go of that, and again, along with the simplicity thing, it's about letting go of crap. And it's like when you get them to understand that actually you're not dumping all of that, you're just going, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. But there will be things in that bag of stuff that you can use.
Yes.
But let's look at what you actually want to do. What do you enjoy doing? What excites you?
Yeah.
And you suddenly see them go, oh my God, what? You mean I don't have to keep doing something. It's like I have a client at the moment, and she's been in nursing for, like, oh God, about 30 years. And she's just got really, because it's really, really hard. She's just got disillusioned with it. But all her initial business ideas were around the care service and all of that kind of thing. And I'm sure she won't mind me sharing it with you because she's really proud of it now. But she used to do photography, and she used to
Right.
do all these kind of quirky things with photography. And it was, talking to her, it was really interesting and it was really fun. And I was like, well, would you not want to go back to maybe doing something with that? And she was like, yeah, but I've put all this time into nursing, and I was like, well, can't you come up, what skills have you got from that you could use? And it's like all the administration and the organization and the, thinking on her feet, and the doesn't matter what time of day it is. And it's like, okay, well, just play. And she went out and started doing a few shoots, just doing fun stuff that she used to do, and it's kind of led her down a whole different path, and she is having the best time.
I love that. I love that because have you ever heard of the sunk cost fallacy?
Oh
It's
no.
no, right. So it's a cognitive bias. We all have cognitive biases, and there's a very big list of them. But one of them is called the sunk cost fallacy, which means that you are scared to let go of what you've already invested in. So you'll
Mm,
find this all the time. So you'll get it, like you said, if somebody's done a job for invested lots of money in it and qualifications, that all of a sudden for them to change, it's like a loss. So you'll
yeah.
find it like I get it, when you've watched a Netflix
Yeah.
series and you've got halfway through and you're thinking this is absolutely crap, but I've invested, I've already watched half of it, so I've got to see it through to the
Yeah,
end.
and you keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You see it with people relationships all the time where they've probably had 10 years together. And it's like, well, I've done 10 years, so I can't really leave now because I've invested
Yeah.
all that time. So it's the same thing, isn't it? It creates a lot of fear. And people think once they've invested time, it's more time and money into something that
Yeah.
they can't change. And it's actually quite sad. And people don't realize they do that until somebody points it out.
Yeah. Well, it is that hanging on to stuff. And it's also that fear that, oh, but I've decided I'm going to do that for my business, or that's my logo, or that's, and oh God, what if I don't like it? And you just go, then you change it. You know, yeah, you're a solo operator, you're a solopreneur. It's just about you. It's not like McDonald's suddenly going completely vegan, or, it's not, you can change. That is the joy of being a solopreneur. You have the flexibility to go, okay, I'm changing everything today. I don't like it anymore, or it
Yeah,
doesn't work for me. And again, it's another of those light bulb moments where they go, oh, what? Oh. Oh, okay. You know,
yeah, yeah,
same thing. It's like, it's not, you're not signing in blood and giving your soul to the devil if you just decide that's what you want to do today. If,
yes,
if in 6 months you're thinking, no, this isn't working, I need to tweak it, you can tweak it, you can change it.
yeah.
Yes.
It's odd. Us humans are odd, but and
Yeah.
we do need somebody to just go point things out to us and go, well, actually, nothing bad's going to happen if you change your logo. Nobody's going to
Yeah,
die.
oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. It's I bang on about it all the time. It's we have to give ourselves permission to do stuff. It's like, give yourself permission to change. Give yourself permission to just do nothing for it's like I have another client who'd been through so much stuff with, a divorce and breakup and stuff, and losing a business, and just stuff on stuff on stuff on stuff on stuff.
yeah,
And was going, oh yeah, but I need to start again, and I need to set up a business, and I need to do it, and I need to do it, and I don't know what to do, and I can't. But and I was like, whoa, 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 just. And I said, look, give yourself permission to spend a few weeks doing nothing. Think about what you've achieved and what you've gone through in the last, 2 or 3 years. Each individual thing would be a stress for somebody,
yeah,
but you've been through all of it. You know, Stop, give yourself permission to pause and just process everything, appreciate what you've achieved, celebrate the fact that you've dealt with it all and you've got all the way through. Then we can look at what comes next. And
yes,
again, it was another of those moments of going, well, I can stop. And it's like, yeah, yeah, you can, but you have to give yourself permission to do that, because otherwise you're just going to go straight into another burnout situation, because you're just going to kind of carry on without having processed everything that's going on. So it's just going to,
yeah,
it's that
yeah,
snowball thing.
yeah. So it's that sitting and reflecting. Because I suppose if you don't have that, you just make the same mistakes, don't you? Just run into
Yeah.
another challenge. Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people do that. I think
Yeah.
that's a society thing as well, isn't it? Because you go through like troubles and challenges, and it's like brush yourself off.
Yeah.
Start
Oh, well,
that
and it's that,
mindset.
yeah, and it's the hustle mentality as well, isn't it?
Oh,
It's like, you've got
yeah,
to keep going, you've got to hustle, you've got to hustle, you've got to hustle. And it's like, no, you haven't got to. You can if you want, and there are times when you have to.
yeah,
But it all comes back to that balance, doesn't it? I mean, you of all people know,
yes,
it's like your head's going to explode if you don't balance it out. There's no point hustle, 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 and burning yourself out, wrecking yourself, being knackered, because all these balls that you're keeping in the air, all these plates you're spinning, if you crumble, they're all going to go. So you need those moments to just pause. And also, if you're hustling all the time, what's the point? If you don't stop
yeah,
to actually celebrate yourself and appreciate everything that you've done, what's the point of the next big thing? Because what does it give you? It's just hustle
yeah,
and stress.
yeah. Hustle culture's massive, though, isn't it? I'm so against it.
Yeah, oh, me too.
I've been part of it before in the past.
Yeah,
I quite openly admit that. Didn't end well. Like you say, burnout is
yeah,
life in hustle culture, but I think it's one of those things where something happens that makes you calm down and think, and then
yeah,
you look back and you think, oh my god, I have been hustling.
yeah. But this is it, isn't it? It's like
Yes,
you have to stop. It's just, yeah, like I say, it's that balance. It's
yeah,
like, I think I blame the Victorians. It's that work ethic. You work hard, and then you work until you retire, and then you have a little bit, and then you die. But it's
yeah,
almost that, you're failing if you're not working really, really hard. And it's like, I get
Yeah.
that, but it's like I always say to clients, there's nothing wrong with wanting more or thinking about what's next or
Mm,
being keen to get further or achieve more, but not at the expense of not pausing to celebrate what you've done.
yes.
You need those moments to go, oh my God, this is brilliant. I've done, it's like with my I became a fellow of the International Authority for Professional Coaches this year. And it was a lot of hard work, and it's a fantastic accreditation. It's opened me up to be able to work with coaches who coach other coaches, which is fantastic. And I've got involved with a training company in America, and there's lots of, so it wasn't guessing, it was hard. And when I achieved it, that wasn't the end. It opened up new opportunities. But boy, did I celebrate doing it and achieving.
Yeah. Rightly so.
But this is what I mean. You've got to have those moments to go, yeah, I did that. I've done this is brilliant. We've managed this, or this has happened. This is great. Yay. Now what? Where am I going next? But if
Yes.
you just keep on that treadmill of hustle, 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 what's
Yes.
the point? You're back at
Yeah,
Victorian
absolutely.
hustle till you're too old to do anything, and then you
So
die.
that's it. It's that quote, isn't it? I'll sleep when I'm dead. Like, yeah, you will be if you carry on like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just oh
Yeah.
no.
It's a funny society we live in at the moment, and you can see why people suffer with confidence.
Mm,
And I know we spoke before because you've been in talking to students about confidence and things like that.
yeah.
I think that generation massively needs help with confidence. I'm quite glad that I grew up in a generation where we didn't have mobile phones,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
no Facebook, no social media, nothing to compare to apart from
No.
people locally. And do you know what I mean? We were much more
Yeah.
connected. Um, so I think, there's a lot of people our age struggling with confidence, and that filters down to the younger generation.
Yeah. No, it does. I mean, it's like I was in a college in Kensington on Tuesday working with it's a business college, and they run courses for postgraduates to give them some business skills before they go out into the workplace rather than just I've got a business degree and then off they go. Um, and even with them, I approach it very differently because
Yeah.
it's it's about, I mean, we talk about boundaries in, obviously we look at it in terms of businesses and the boundaries that will be put in place by any particular companies, and we look at business dress and business etiquette and protocol, but we also look at it from the point of view of their boundaries, because as postgrads going out into the workplace, there is going to be a real desire to be a people pleaser, because they're going to want the
Yeah.
they're going to want the role, they're going to want to get on the ladder, or all of that. And so we talked a lot about their personal boundaries and to think about what is acceptable to them, particularly with things like work hours. Because one of the students said to me, well, what if I'm supposed to finish at 5 and I need to get home because I look after my mum. And I was like, yeah, okay. So, and she said, but what if everybody stays late every night to work and I'm the only one that leaves? And I think she expected me to say, oh, well, you'll have to go along with it, whatever. And I said, you get another job.
Yeah.
And she was like, what? And I was like, well, because seriously, because if that's the state of play, if everyone is having to stay late every night to work harder to get everything finished, that is a fundamental boundary issue with the business. They are either allocating more work than there is time to do, or they're understaffing, which means they've got to do it, or they're not paying enough for the amount of work that needs to be done. And if it's everybody, that's not going to change. You need to get out of there and get another job.
Yeah.
She was like, oh wow.
Yeah, she'd not even thought about that. She
No,
just kind of,
no,
yeah,
it's just like how do I do it and not kill myself? And it's like, well, no, you don't do it. because that's a personal boundary. That's unacceptable. And that's a problem with the business. So you don't do that. So we don't, so we look
Uh,
at things like that, and handling disappointment from, and where does that come from? It's just unmet expectations. If you don't get the job, well, okay, that's because in your head you've got this vision that you were going to go in, ace the interview, get the job. It was going to be the most amazing thing ever. What's the reality? What's the truth of that? What's going to happen tomorrow? And we talk a lot about inner confidence and how to handle those kind of things, and move on. And
yeah,
it's so empowering for them.
that's interesting you say that. So what's the kind of the link between, because obviously you can go in without, you say, these massive expectations. So do you lower your expectations, but how does your confidence remain if you've lowered your expectations?
It's not necessarily about lowering your expectations. It's about understanding that that is purely a vision. It's not
Right.
true. It's like I was
Yes.
saying to them, if you go for a job and you don't get it, that
Yes.
sense of disappointment is that you're disappointed that something that didn't exist didn't happen. Because
Yes.
the image that you've got of you working at wherever it is, and how it's going to be and everything else, and all of that isn't real because it hasn't happened. So you're disappointed that something that doesn't exist didn't happen. So
Yes.
just accept that it's a bit depressing, but have a think about it. What are the facts? What went well? What didn't? Was there something that you could have done a bit of extra work on? Did you like the vibe of the place? Was it like you thought it was? Just think about. I always say to them, get curious rather than being disappointed or frustrated or upset. Just get curious. Why did that happen? What was it? Was it energetically not right for me? Was the vibe not right? Did I not really connect with the person who was doing the interview? Uh,
Yeah.
what is it about that? So it's not about not expecting to get it, but it's just about understanding that your expectation isn't real.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
so you don't it's then you don't attach so much to it,
Yes.
because
It
it's
becomes
not.
more like a learning
Yeah, it's
experience.
like, let's have a, yeah, let's play, let's go, let's see what happens. You know, might be great. Because it's one of those things, they could get the job and start and go, God, this is awful. I hate it. You
Well, I've
know?
done that.
Yeah,
I think we all have, right?
absolutely. But that's equally true at the time, so
Mm.
it's getting them to not attach too much meaning to the outcome, and understanding that it is purely a vision in their head of what might, and as I say, at that stage when you're going from university business training out into the workplace, the desire to get that job is so great that it's like, but don't just go for the first one that's offered to you if it's not right.
Yeah.
It's about having that breathing space. And that again comes down to self-confidence, which is why we do a lot of work on the confidence, so that they go in with that feeling that, okay, yeah, this is about me interviewing the business as much as, I guess I would say to them, it's like we have social media. Get stalkery. If you've got an interview at a business, go and hang around outside for 10 or 15 minutes. See what the people are like going in and out. See what they're wearing. See how they're behaving. See what the general feeling is. Stalk them on social media and have a look at the images and stuff. Get an idea of what
Yeah.
you're going into before the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all went like blind, because you
I
just
know.
apply by letter, turn up and hope for the best. But it's like, no, do some groundwork so that you have that confidence that you know what you're going into, and that it's
Yeah.
the right kind of vibe before you go in.
Yeah. Because it's a bit like you interviewing them as well to make sure it's all right for you.
Yeah.
Like it works both ways, right?
Yeah. Well, one of the video, I did this American training company. I did 3 days of videoing with them last week for, bizarrely, America is moving back to a much more etiquette-based work ethic, which
All
is
right.
really cool. They're getting very much into, because I have this thing that in business I believe it's relational, not transactional. I think
Yes.
it's so much more now about building relationships,
Yeah.
and it's a longer game, you know, unless I don't know why I always use this example, but unless you're selling ink cartridges for photocopiers, it's not a straightforward instant, this is what I do, pay me, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So it's America is starting to understand this more, because they were always very brash and very like, hello, let's talk business, let's do a deal, right, we're off. Um, and the videos I was doing last week were things like how to interview with grace, and looking at tips to make the interview process more comfortable for the interviewee, so that they open up more, because it's things like, in a basic interview, what qualifications they've got, because it's on their CV. You
Yes.
wouldn't
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
seeing them if they didn't tick the business boxes. You wouldn't be interviewing in the first place. So what you want from that interview is to find out what their values are, what kind of person they are, what their likes and dislikes are, what success looks like away from the office, what their current work colleagues would say was their unique spark. But finding out about them and how they would work within the group and the vibe of the place that they're interviewing for.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, so with that, it was talking about things like, get out from behind your desk. Have you got a coffee table and a couch or something where you can sit and talk, rather than I'm here and you're down there?
Yes.
And think of more original questions than, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or just, making, but it was also things like, they wanted to know the etiquette for hosting business lunches, or if you're guesting at a business event, and um all these kind of things, and why etiquette matters in the 21st century. And it's fascinating that they're actually moving back to that, which I
Yes.
mean, I love it, because that's my wheelhouse, so I'm there for it. But it's really nice that it's becoming a thing, and obviously anything that happens in America will eventually come back over here. So I think,
Hopefully.
yeah, but,
Hopefully. It's fascinating that like you're doing all these things, and it's like you are trained kind of to get people to communicate.
oh, totally,
Yeah.
yeah. But this is the thing. It's most of the problems. I won't say everything, because there's bound to be something that isn't. But the majority of problems, the majority of issues, comes down to communication.
Yes.
And most of that comes from a confidence issue. Because if somebody's scared, then they won't have that conversation that they need to have. And if they don't have that conversation, the situation escalates, and then it becomes a big issue. And then everyone's terrified. And then somebody blows up because they didn't know. And, and it happens in everything, in relationships, in
Yeah.
business, socially, emotionally. It's always a similar thing. So if you can have that sense of self and that confidence in yourself, that you are able to have those conversations, or ask, it's like people, when I have clients that have been promoted, or that particularly, and they're going, oh, and I'm really scared because there's things I don't know, and and you go, well, of course there are things that you don't know, because you've been promoted. It makes perfect sense that in your new role there will be things you don't know. You need to be able to ask the question,
Yes.
is this thing that I don't know something that I need to create as part of my new job, or is it something that I can ask somebody about to show me what the current thing is? And you just need to find out. It's not a failing that you don't know. It's just part of your new role.
Yes.
And again, people go,
Yeah.
oh my God, oh, yeah, I hadn't thought of it like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's why you pay me." Because I do.
You get people to communicate. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Because I think it's really odd that in a world where we are more connected than ever, we communicate less. Very
yeah.
odd.
Oh, yeah, totally. But it's like me included though. We all look at our phones in horror if it's a number we don't recognize.
Oh, and never answer it. And my thing is, oh wow, if they really want me, they'll leave a message.
Yes, yes, absolutely that. 100% that. I'm going, yeah, I'm going, they'll leave a message. I might be on a Zoom call, they don't know.
But like, just to back me up, I get loads of like suspected spam. Loads.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. And and isn't it the truth that the odd occasion when you think I'm going to answer it, it is one of those
It
calls.
is, yeah, I did
And
it
it's like,
earlier about insurance. It was. I was just
yeah.
walking up the queue and I was like, no.
Every time. Yeah, it's like should have ignored it.
Yes. Yes, I'm guilty of that as well.
But yeah,
know.
yeah, but no, it is. It's so much of it is about communication. So many things could be solved so much more simply if people communicated. It's like I've always been, it's like in jobs I've had years ago where I've worked in retail or I've worked with buyers but it's like when people complain, most of the time it's because of a lack of communication.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
It's like I would always rather if I've ordered something or somebody's coming to do something or, a plumber's coming or whatever, it's like, tell me you're really busy and it's going to be a month and turn up in 3 weeks. I am the happiest person on the planet.
Yes.
Tell me it's going to be tomorrow and it's the end of the week and I still haven't seen you. Then I get annoyed.
Yeah.
Oh, well, something came up and this job overran. It's like, then just tell me. Just
Yes.
communicate with me. I'm
Yeah.
not unreasonable. Just call me and go, I'm really sorry, the current job's overrun. So is it okay if I come Friday instead? Fine, no problem at all. But
Yeah.
don't tell me, ghost me because you're scared to tell me because somebody else was mean. It's like then I get mean.
Yeah. Absolutely. The world's full of them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is, it's communication. And like I say, that then comes down to confidence to be able to ask the question early or to make to say early
Hmm.
so that things don't escalate.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
What's next for me? Oh, blimey. I wish I'd like to say a quiet month, but it doesn't look that way. I'm working with a beautiful organization called Stardust, and it's a theatre company for adults with additional needs and learning difficulties. And so I'm working with them. I'm doing some confidence work with them, but also getting involved with the show that they're doing. And that's an absolute joy because again, it's one of those situations where you have such a mix of people and such a mix of abilities and disabilities, and it's a space where they are able to just fully and completely be themselves. There is no judgment. There is no it's there's one girl, Jojo, who is absolutely hilarious, and she has Down syndrome, but she also has Tourette's, and she's absolutely hilarious and just the most beautiful soul ever. And she'll just, well, I can't, yeah, I won't I won't come out with some of the things she comes out with, but she'll just throw them in and everybody goes, okay, Jojo. And carry on. So I'm working with them.
Yeah.
uh, I'm writing my first solo book. I have a
Do you
deal
know
on
what?
the book.
I was just about to say you need to write a book.
I actually have a deal. I'm doing my very first book. It's not a biography, which I have promised I will get around to having a biography done. Um, but no, it's my first solo book. I've done a few collab books, but this is my first for me. And it came up from it's a few of the clients that I've had this year that we've had similar conversations, and it's about the wasted life and how to get it all back.
Nice. Yes.
So it's the best of what I do put into book form with some prompts, some meditations, a few stories in there,
I
and
love
thoughts
that.
thoughts about how you can regain that it's never too late.
I love that. And what was the title of it again?
The wasted life and how to get it back is the working
I
title.
love it. I know, I like that.
But it
I
will
like that.
definitely be the wasted life, but it's the tagline we're playing with at the moment. But yeah, that's the
That's
focus
it. I
of the
mean,
book.
that just sums it up, because where confidence is lacking, it is a waste, without a
Yeah,
shadow of a doubt, in any area of your life. It
yeah.
yeah. So
Thing is,
great title.
thank you. No, I'm really excited. It was like because I've kept talking about doing something for ages, and then I was speaking to a publisher, and they were like, "Well, and it was, and we had a few ideas, but none of them were right." And then I was talking over dinner with friends the other night, and they were going, "Oh God, I feel like I've wasted so much time." And I suddenly had this kind of rush of light bulbs of conversations that I've had this year with people going, I feel like I've wasted everything and I've wasted my life. And I was married for that long and then got divorced. So I wasted all those years and but I suddenly went, oh my God, that's the one.
It is. You've got to have that. I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah, no, it's I have so far I have a pre bit, an introduction and chapter one.
So you have
So
started.
it's underway. It's underway.
Are you enjoying it? Are you finding
Oh
it easy?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having to kind of send things over and go, is this too much? And they go, yeah, well, maybe edit down that a bit and cut back because otherwise it'll be like War and Peace. But
Love that.
yeah,
Yeah, and you need to do the audiobook version yourself.
yeah,
Yes, definitely. It's got to be you that does it, because I
yeah.
don't think
No.
anybody else could pull it off.
Yeah, no, you're right, actually. Yeah, no, yes, you heard it here first. There will be an
Oh, yeah,
audio
yes,
version.
yes,
I
yes,
will do it.
yes.
But yeah.
So, as I said before, we need to tell everybody where we can find you again. So, you are on,
The to be honest, the best place to find me is Facebook.
yes,
Just Ian Norton on Facebook.
yeah,
Because that's got everything. It's got everything that I'm up to. It's got links to my website, which if you want to go straight to the website, it's iannortoncoaching.com.
yeah.
It's simple. But honestly, like I say, Facebook then links you. It's got my LinkedIn, it's got Instagram, it's got my website, it's got phone, it's got everything that's going on. It's got cute pictures of Bertie. What more can you ask for?
I love that. Now, you've already answered the question that I ask everybody at the end of the podcast. So, my question to you, which might be a little bit harder,
Oh, got it.
what have you been wanting to do, but you keep putting off?
Oh, there's a good one.
Mm.
Oh, what have I wanted to do that I keep putting off? Oh, what's on my list? See, writing a book was the big one.
Hmm.
I kept putting it off. So that's literally had we done this, had we done this 2 weeks ago,
It
I'd be
would have
going
been.
to write a book. Um, oh, there's so many things actually. There are a lot of things still on the wish list. Um, there are courses that I want to do. There are places that I want to travel to that my list of places to travel to gets longer every year. And it's time, it's money, it's commitments.
Yes.
Um, it's yeah, it's yeah. I'm scanning through the list of places and the list of courses and it's it's all of that. Yeah, it's all the stuff that you kind of go, I want to do that, but I don't have time. And it's like, but I
Oh, we're
do.
all guilty of that, aren't we?
Yeah. And then I hear myself going, what do you say to people? You,
Yeah.
oi, what do you say about time?
Yeah.
You can make time for what you want to do. But
Exactly.
it's an alignment thing though, isn't it? It's like you have to align time, subject, finances, availability.
Yes. Yeah. If it was so easy, just, having time, you know.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you for joining me yet again. You are so
Oh, thank
fabulous. Every time I see you, you just amaze me.
oh,
You're
bless
just
you.
like
Thank
this positive energy to be around.
you.
So,
That's
anybody who
fabulous.
wants to up their confidence, go and follow Ian on Facebook. I will
Absolutely.
tag you in on
Bless you,
all the
darling. Thank
social
you.
media. But thank you, my lovely.
A pleasure, darling. Thank
Thank
you.
you.